Welcome to the technically second podcast of Bored with Nelly. The episodes will be available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and just a quick disclaimer going forward, these little clips that I upload of various moments from the show, wow, I sound legit, from the show will be probably posted after the podcast. Basically, the clips are designed for you to be like interested and then come and listen to the full episode. And we're starting off with Kingamenyah, who is someone in the FIFA community, but honestly, for future episodes, I don't know, I might explore. I want to talk to people of all kinds of walks of life and hobbies and interests, so I don't know where it's going to go. If you're interested, great. If you're not, no problem. But if you're only interested in some guests, that's fine too. But hope you enjoy this first episode, and let's jump into it. Yeah, we're good. I don't really have a professional intro. We just kind of start talking. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, hello.
King Dan, how's it going, man? Tell people what you do, so some people that might not know you, because I've shouted you out like 1,000 times. I'm sure they know, but just in case.
Hello, wonderful friends. Yeah, I guess you can say YouTuber/streamer. Not really full time, more of a student, but doing this until hopefully one day we can get them big boy numbers and do it full time. And that is pretty much the basic summary.
Right. That's the first question I had for you. Would you consider yourself a streamer or a YouTuber? What's the thing you started first?
I did YouTube first, but I definitely spent way more time on Twitch since like last year, January, 100%. YouTube is just like, if I think of an idea every now and then, I'll slap something on there. Whereas Twitch is, I would argue, 5-6 times a week. So you can call it full-time-ish, but, it's not really that level yet.
I hear you. So is it because you enjoy like the community part, talking with people, or is it you're making bank probably more on Twitch, YouTube is unstable. What's the reason you kind of spending more time on Twitch?
Combination of factors. I think with regards to YouTube, you'll know yourself, when it comes to making YouTube videos, there's way more that goes into it. So you have to obviously think of an idea, write down like a rough draft or script or whatever,
Sure.
Get your thumbnail, edit the video, upload it, promote it, market it, whatever. On Twitch, you just hop on. There's no rush to like do a lot of content by force and condense it into 10 minutes. So I can just sit there for hours just chatting to people, and in the background I'll be doing SBCs or foot jams gameplay or whatever. So it's just a lot more laid back and relaxed, because with the YouTube videos that I do, they're not really like, oh yeah, let me log on and talk about like what came out today or what I think about FIFA or whatever. It's like obviously a lot of editing goes into those videos, so it's just a lot more hassle doing YouTube, to be honest.
Right. I think the reason I kind of like your content is because at least you're trying something different. Like you're making comedy videos, which, I mean, I don't know if there's anything like that's like more hit or miss on YouTube than comedy videos. Like one video you might feel like you knocked out of the park and no one likes it, and then the next video like you're like, yeah, that was okay, and then everyone loves it and they're like, oh, we want another one, and it's so hard to like keep a sustainable
100%.
audience and views and all that stuff.
No, literally every single video I would have put out in the last year, before I post it, I'm thinking, what if this is that one video where everyone's like, yo, Chief, this ain't it. This ain't funny.
yeah.
Every single time.
Dude, that's so relatable. I felt the same way when I was making these like comedy videos. I was like, man, this is the one they know. You're gonna be a fraud. Like they're not gonna come back. This one's. I'll go back and I'll watch a video like that was so cringe. I can't believe like people came back. Yeah, I can't. You dropped out, but you're good.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, you're good.
Calm.
Sometimes I watch like a video, I'm like, man, I can't believe people came back and still watched me after this
atrocity. Exactly. So I'm always, it's proper nervous. Whereas, like I said, on Twitch, it's like no one rushes me to like hurry up and open all the packs or do everything within 10 minutes. It's just do everything at my own pace and be entertaining whilst playing my foot champs games or whatever it is I'm doing on stream. So
right, and there's no formula for success nowadays on YouTube. Like you don't just knock one out of the park and then all of a sudden I'm getting views every single video. It's like every single video you're fighting against 10,000 other creators who are just as talented or making cool content. It's like it's a constant battle, I feel, at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think for me personally, I like doing videos that people can go back and watch it multiple times, like months down the line. So if I was doing like, let's say like one of the big guys, let's say Run the Foot Market, who I watch pretty much every day on stream, I don't watch his videos as much because, for example, I don't know, today, I'm not going to go back and watch like Black Friday investing tips or whatever. You feel me? Because it
Sure.
doesn't.
Yeah, of course.
It's irrelevant. Like the day after it's posted or whatever. Whereas on stream, you can see how much of like an entertaining guy he is. Like I can watch him playing Overwatch or all those kind of games. So I try and have a similar sort of thing on stream, and then when it comes to YouTube videos, just try and put something that somebody will be like, yeah, do you know what? Like that was funny. I'll remember that one in a couple months' time. Go back and watch it again, and then go from there.
That's the real tragedy of YouTube, unfortunately, because like those videos don't ever do as well as like I don't know, like a good series is much better than 10 videos that are just all creative and different and funny or whatever it may be. Which like I was kind of in the same boat when I first started making YouTube videos. I like always trying new concepts and like comedy videos, and I just lost time for it. You know, you have to write a script, you have to make a thumbnail, you have to like sometimes it's green screen, sometimes it's like, oh, I have to go back and edit something. It became such a overwhelming thing, and it just I didn't have time for it. So I kind of have like now I have like this like a video that I like doing. It's pretty easy, it's fun. And then whenever I have free time, I'll bang out like a sketch, or I'll bang out I don't know, whatever. I'll do a podcast with you, whatever it may be. I'll have a little bit of wiggle room to explore. But like the biggest thing I think is finding like a series that you can do consistently and that people will come back to you. And that's a really hard thing to do on YouTube. I don't know if you found that yet.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. I think as easy as it may seem to do those daily videos, when you try and do that on YouTube, you realize, okay, these people, although it may look like there's not much editing going into it, having to think of something to speak about every single day for a YouTube video is still pretty taxing and time consuming. And finding something interesting enough to talk about that people come back the next day and the next day. And of course, these guys, like we said, like Nick or Nep or whatever, the reason why they can do that is because people care about their opinions, because they've been that consistent for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years like in this YouTube game. So it's a lot easier for people to want to care about their opinions. If I, for example, I was thinking about next year, if I do like, I don't know, weekly Foot Champs highlights or anything like that, or an RTG on YouTube this time, I start to feel like, well, to be honest with you, nobody would really care about my opinion. No one wants to know what I think about, I don't know, SBC Mkhitaryan. No one cares. I can just put out one tweet and that's it. Whereas these guys, they know they have an audience that sort of want to hear what they have to say on thoughts. That's why you see them spamming WOL in their mentions 24/7.
Right. I think the other thing is like there's no free meal. Like you can potentially do that for, let's say, I don't know, a week, a month, 6 months. But like that becomes super draining, and then like that'll take away from maybe like some creative videos you had, or I don't know, that might take away from time, you know, your streams or whatever. There's no like free meal. It's not like, oh, I can produce 5 you know, easy videos and then I can also have time to do 3 comedy videos and stream. It's like, no, like that's just not how it works. You'll be drained, and then within a year you might be able to sustain it, and then you'll completely crash. Like I've seen that happen with you've seen it too, like in the community. A lot of people just like say, yeah, I'm done with this game, I don't want to do this, because they grinded so hard and they just forgot, like, man, I don't like, oh, why was I doing this? I just wanted to have fun. Like I'm not even having fun anymore.
Yeah, that is obviously the other factor we have to consider. The fact that this game isn't fun in the first place. I'm sure it would be much less taxing and stressful for everybody if the game was actually decent and people enjoyed logging on. Because for the most part, especially now in August, but even for the last 2 or 3 months, most guys log on at 6 p.m. or I don't know what time it is for you, but 6 p.m. for us, content drop. They stay on for about 2 minutes and then jump off. Even me recently, I literally stream daily. When I'm not streaming, I don't even log onto my console. I just wait and watch somebody on stream, see what comes out of 6 from their stream, and then just turn it off and carry on my day. It's just,
damn,
the game is not good enough nor engaging enough for me to want to stay on for long enough. So to make videos on it every day, it's hard for guys to understand if they haven't attempted that, to know how difficult it is. Obviously, it seems that we're just like sitting in a chair and waffling and talking and whatnot, but a lot has to go into a video, and there's a lot of pressure still as well. So
right, and they'll know when you're faking it. They'll know when you have fake excitement, or when you just kind of like didn't show up for the stream, or what. You'll like they might sense that. Like then for you as a content creator, like, do I really want to put a half-ass video, or do I want to put a, you know, like it just doesn't feel genuine.
That's what I've never been able to do such a video anyway. Like anything I've posted on YouTube, like I wanted to do it because it was an idea that I thought was fun at the time, or still do, or whatever. I don't really do like oh, this content was sick today or whatever. If it's on stream and something comes out, there's been many times where I've said, right, look, listen, you know what, like this was dead. Let's go and play pro clubs, or this was dead. I've even played Volta for a week.
I
That's how
saw that.
poor
That
the
was rough.
content was. I wait until 6:01, nothing comes out. I'm like, okay, it's pretty hard to get hyped about this. Let's go and play offline Volta for a
You got
couple hours.
then you got shushed, right? You got shushed and dabbed on by
Yeah,
something.
yeah. People were shushing and dabbing. People were pausing it after every goal as well. It wasn't a fantastic experience, but we got through it. We survived, so we're
Yeah,
still
video
here.
did well. It was a good video. It was entertaining.
I try my best. I try my best.
I think the interesting part now, FIFA 20. How long have you been playing FIFA now? How many years?
15. FIFA 05. 15
Wow.
years. Yeah,
And
long
like
time.
YouTube and like only last 2 years, 3.
Yeah, like 2018. A stream was like 2019 January time. So.
Do you already feel a little bit? You're obviously a lot younger than me, but do you already feel like, man, how many years is this game going to be bad? Like, what am I doing if I'm not enjoying myself? You know, I mean, there's obviously the community aspect of it, but at the end of the day, you're spending, you know, a significant amount of your life on FIFA. So, like, do you feel like you're kind of getting drained and you might look at other options?
Not yet, to be honest with you. I'll tell you. So, in general, for those that are like unaware, I finished uni. I graduated from uni last year, summertime. So I thought, let me have 1 year off, like work and uni, that kind of stuff. Because obviously I've been studying since like I was 4 years old without any like gap years or anything like that. So I was like, cool, let me have a year to just do streaming, do YouTube, like see if there's any growth and whatnot, and then come next year we'll carry on and do a master's. And obviously, since compared to last year, to have the views that I have in July/August is crazy. So I'm kind of enjoying it because obviously numbers are booming, and although people say like it's not all about numbers, blah blah blah, when your numbers are going up the way they are, you do naturally enjoy it because more people are coming through. There's more people to chat to, more people know who you are. It's just a kind of a good vibe. That being said, obviously I can't last doing this if the game gets even worse next year. But I am. When people ask me, am I excited for FIFA 21? I say like I'm excited but not hopeful. Like I'm not expecting anything, but I'm looking forward to starting again, if that makes sense. Just to kind of see how the game goes. But I'm not going to get my hopes up that anything gets better anytime soon.
Right. When you make content and you know, you're at the starting phases and you don't really have much of an audience or many viewers, and then you finally get that, you realize, oh wow, like I've tapped into something here. Whether I don't know whether it's a stream or the videos, I've knocked one out of the park, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about the game, but the fact that you're growing as like you know, your personality, you're also like improving in front of the camera. I think there's a lot of skill sets that people just overlook. You know, you're learning about YouTube search engine optimization. You're learning about social media management. You can potentially set yourself up for other things that you might not indirectly, like when I was a kid, no one told me, hey, YouTube's a thing that you can do. Like there was no creative outlets that someone said, yeah, go do this. It's just kind of a learning process. And I realized, oh, wait a minute. Like some people want like social media managers. Some people want like producers. Some people want whatever, video editors. So you're building your own resume and you're doing it through you're doing it on your own time, the way you want to do it. And I think that's something that you can't really take for granted.
Yeah, 100%. You literally learn as you go on, and like you're saying, you by doing everything by yourself. The thing that I enjoy about streaming in particular is that it's not like I have to wake up at, let's say, 6 or 7 a.m., go on like public transport on a rainy day to work, like 9 to 5 or whatever. So for me, it's like if I had a choice of streaming and doing a 9 to 5 for the same money, of course I'll take streaming because
100%.
it's sort of, I can do the hours that I want playing a game that, well, I say enjoy. I enjoy the sport of football. I don't
Right.
enjoy the game as much, but the principle of it I enjoy compared to like a 9 to 5. So definitely you learn as you go on, man. Because obviously a lot of people ask tips and advice and what I would say for someone that's starting streaming and whatnot, and I usually give the same kind of tips because I was just there myself. Like at the beginning of last year, I had like 10 or 15, 20 viewers at a time. So, and I'm still not like up there yet myself either. There's still quite a way to go before I'm like big boy levels. So it is what it is. We just keep on grinding and hopefully see the green arrows going up every month.
Right, of course. Your big break, I would say, on YouTube was probably the like impersonation videos. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. For YouTube, definitely, for sure. That
Yeah,
was
and then that did that snowball into like a little more Twitch success? How did that go?
so that video. The first one I did was the Nepenthes video. That was December 2018, I believe it was. I was literally with my family about to go on holiday to Rome, and I posted it like the day before. And it was like a regular video. I thought, yeah, this would be funny. Like, let me just post this. Didn't really expect anything. My Twitter wasn't like massive like that or whatever. Posted it, and then I'm at the airport and I'm getting like spammed notifications. And then someone DM me like, "Yo, Nick's watching your video." And I'm like, Nick who? He said, "They'll Run Different Market." So I'm at the airport now with my 4G on my phone, watching Run Different Market stream. And obviously he has no idea who I am at that stage. He's like, "Oh, there's this guy. I saw this video last night." And then from then on, it was like, okay, like people found this very funny. Let me do it again. So I did it again, and then like 5, 6, 7 times, and then all the other parodies that go in between it. Because obviously, I can't just live off doing random impersonation like 24, like every single time. I've got to throw in other stuff. And then streaming was like 2, 3 months after that. To be honest with you, like once I had a bit of a following, I suppose I did it on YouTube for a little bit, but I did not enjoy it at all. It literally was like I go live on, let's say, like a Thursday for awards, and the moment I press live, people are like, open the packs. Like, where are the packs? And I'm like, bear with
Addicts,
me.
man, they're
Like,
addicts.
let me say hello. I played 30 games over like 10 hours this weekend to get this stream, and you're rushing for the pack. So it wasn't really a community kind of vibe. But then I got on Twitch, and obviously the whole raiding system and just chilling in other people's streams and that, you kind of grow from there, I suppose. And then with streaming, I would say the numbers out of nowhere started to go like very high. I would say like a month before all the Kurt stuff was happening. I would say like a month before that. I think Nick must have watched another. That guy just plugs all my videos like 24/7. He must have watched another one, and then after that, I just started getting a lot of views every day. And there was a couple of tweets that I posted with those like parody videos and whatnot. So people just came from there. And then obviously the whole co-op Pez thing happened, and then the numbers went up even more from there. And it's just kind of been increasing since then, even when he got banned. So it's
Right.
all
That's
been good.
awesome. That's awesome. I can totally relate to the YouTube stuff. YouTube was a weird place to stream FIFA. Like when I was streaming daily in 2017, I was doing like these DKT challenges, and I was just
Mm.
whatever like the game felt to me like it was so easy, so I had to like add hidden layers of challenges to like whatever, make myself excited.
Yeah.
And we would go from like 50, 60 viewers to like when I'm opening the DKT reward, I would hit numbers like 500. And then it would drop back
Wow.
down to like, I'm like, what is happening here? Like, do you have these addicts that are just going through like the thumbnails and they're like clicking on videos like, okay, is he at the DKT like ending? Like, what is he doing? Like, they've got 6 tabs open. They're like,
That's what I mean. It's crazy on there because on Twitch, for example, there have been days, right, where I don't really have much to do. Maybe there's like when the middle icons come out or the prime icons come out or whatever, and I would have like nothing in my club, and I'd be like, right, cool, guys, I've got 10k like in coins, and if you know me, you know I've never put in FIFA points, so I was like, right, I've got 10k, we're gonna grind for like 5 hours and get an icon pack, and literally people would sit there watching me grinding like Sudamericana SBCs, League SBCs until I get there. Whereas YouTube, that can never ever happen. People kind of just they enjoy the interaction, and you can just relax and chat. Like it's not just like 24/7 like head inside the webcam concentrating on the game. It's like the game is kind of background viewing, if you will, whilst we're having either football debates or just live conversations or that kind of stuff.
that's definitely, I'm with you. That's probably my favorite part of streaming, just talking to random people, like them telling me what they do or like their life or whatever. We're talking football. It doesn't matter. Like as I'm learning about them, I'm like, okay, this is like made the game more enjoyable for me. And maybe this person had a more enjoyable experience watching. I don't know, whatever it is. And it felt like a nice like balance.
Yeah. Even for me, what I like is that most of the people that are in my streams daily, they can like chat to each other even. So they even chat to each other like outside of streams, or some of them have started streaming themselves. They play like pro clubs together. They, banter each other on Twitter when their favorite team loses or whatever. So it's cool to kind of develop a a community, whereas YouTube is just like some sort of dog eat dog world. Like you don't give them what they want, they do not care less. Just get out.
Right. They'll throw you into the pit. Like...
Yeah, give me my backs or get out. I'm not interested.
The thing I wanted to ask you was, with these, impersonation videos, like, what's the process behind this? Are you writing down scripts? How long are you like practicing like people's demeanors? Talk me through like the process, because that's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, the second question, I'll answer both of them.
Are you paying your brother because he's probably recording it? Like, are you at least buying him ice cream? What's going on? What's the deal you guys got?
Believe it, no. So even the first 4 or 5, no one was involved. It was just me, because I was at uni. I was living by myself. So what would happen is I would get the idea. Let's say, for example, let's say Krasi one, for example. I would get the idea in my head. I would go into like YouTube and obviously watch a couple more videos, because I don't really watch him that much. I just kind of see when there's those funny clips on Twitter, or when he posts videos of him hitting the post like 8 times or whatever. So
I love those. Guilty pleasure for sure.
So I'll watch those. I'll watch a couple of rage compilations. So let's say that's like on a Monday or something like that. On the Tuesday, I'll just write in my notes app roughly what will happen. If I have to like play gameplay for it, then I'll play a couple matches of like division rivals, and then kind of base the script from there, if that makes sense. So I'll play a game of rivals, and then if I win 4-2 or whatever, then I know what I'm doing. The voice part, believe it or not, it's gonna sound stupid. I don't even attempt it even before recording the video. Literally,
no way.
I promise you, prior to doing the Krasi video, I had never attempted it in my life. So if people see like the whole uncut version before the hours and hours of editing, because that's the longest part, the editing. If people see the uncut version, they will see me press start on my iPhone recording, literally recording a regular video off my iPhone, and I'm doing the voice like, like, how's it going, guys? I'll be doing that, and I'll realize, hold on a second, this sounds nothing like Krasi. Oh my word, this video is going to be awful. And I would sit there, I would say in total for about 45 minutes, doing the lines 2-3 times to make sure it's at least somewhat similar to what he sounds like. And then the editing, it takes ages, because I have to throw in all the like effects and put the gameplay together with the camera footage and all that kind of stuff. But I don't do the voices. Literally didn't do it for Nick, for Krasi, even for Kurt. I didn't even.
You didn't do it for Kurt. That one was spot on in my opinion. That was like.
I think people say that's like the best one in terms of voice wise. I have never tried that in my life. I thought it would be funny, and usually what I think in my head is that if, based on the gameplay and the script, if that's funny enough, I can get away with having like a poor accent, if you will. So if I get most of Kurt's,
it's like, funnier if it's a little bad. It's kind of funnier.
If I'm saying things that people relate to, that, oh yeah, I remember when Kurt said this. I remember when he was talking about Militao pink boots and that kind of stuff, or everyone being a fraud and that stuff. Like, it will still be somewhat funny, just the accent's poor. But luckily enough, again, when I record it, no one's doing it with me, so no one can tell me, yo, like, this sounds nothing like Kurt or whatever. I just make the video, upload it, and I'm like, here we go then. Do I sound like him or not? There's no practice that goes into it. I just like do it and hope for the best, I suppose.
You're still recording in an iPhone 7? Is that true?
I have the most basic setup.
You're still with the basic setup. Come on, man.
It is. Well, to be fair, it's an iPhone 10 actually this time.
Oh,
but it's still all done on iMovie. I don't have like Adobe or Final Cut and all these ones. It's literally my Mac on iMovie. Every single video I've ever done is just iMovie. My thumbnails are done on PowerPoint, and that's pretty much
no way.
Promise you, all on PowerPoint.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people ask, like, they ask you, like, oh, what do I need to do? What do I need to, like, the answer is so obvious all the time. It's like, you don't need to do anything. Like, if you're really excited about this, you want to do this, you'll find a way. Like, you don't even have to ask me. Like, you'll find a way. Like, there's always a way to do it. And there's always a way to do it for, like, almost nothing or free. As long as you're, like, committed to it, you'll find a way.
No, for real. I think I had, like, one video, like, 2 years ago when I was studying in Netherlands. I had a video showing my setup, and it was literally like 2 Domino's pizza boxes stacked on top of each other, and then I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's
yeah, and then a little phone stand just to put my phone on, and then I have like a lamp in the background and turn all the lights on to have some okay-ish lighting, and then just go from there. Obviously, streaming is a bit different. You do want to get like a somewhat decent mic and an actual webcam, but YouTube videos, if the content is funny, it doesn't need crazy high effects and stuff like that. But obviously,
I use the tissue box for my webcam. For
yeah,
like, I still
honestly,
do it. Like,
there
it's
have
just
been
like
there have been videos where I literally stack like loads of boxes. If it's one where like I'm standing up or whatever, like to do a video. Let's say that I'd had one video with like I think it was like how to get a job at EA Sports or whatever, and I'm going through the EA HQ and that. I've stacked boxes of like microwaves and stuff just to get an angle that can record me standing up rather than me sitting down. It's like if you really want to do YouTube or whatever, like you said, you will find a way to get by until you have the resources to gradually improve that over time.
right. You just got to keep knocking. Eventually, you'll get one video or you'll get something that's going to be like a little bit of a big break, and then you can kind of snowball and do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You talked a lot about school, economics degree, right? Do you think
yes,
that's
sir.
helped you in any way with YouTube?
Um,
But I guess economics has a little business in it, right? You take some business classes.
yeah. I did a lot of innovation and marketing when I was in Rotterdam. I would say it definitely contributes. You are more aware of what you're posting on socials or what socials to use and that sort of stuff. I've always been somewhat like of a numbers person as well, because I know a lot of people do say in general like I don't really look at numbers or care about the numbers. Like I've always been straight up from the beginning. I'm like, look, like, I do pay attention to all my like figures, whether that's YouTube or Twitch or whatever, and I know like, okay, if this is what people want, like if it's something I enjoy, I can do more of that, or do I do less of this? Do I do more of that? Like I've always been very open that like I want to do something that I enjoy, but also more people that are watching enjoy as well. Not just like, for example, if I do something by myself that I like and it has like 3 viewers, I wouldn't prefer that over something slightly less enjoyable but with way more viewers. That's just like it's not
I think
sustainable to do that.
it's a balance. I think it's just a balance. It depends, and
Yeah,
it also depends on what point you are and what you're doing. Like if you're 10 years into this thing and you're just like, man, I don't really care. I already have a sustainable income from the side channel. I want to make
exactly,
some. It's
exactly.
all depends, right? Like
Yeah, exactly. At
I'm
the
with you. I've
beginning,
had that too. Yeah, at the
at,
beginning for sure.
at the beginning, yeah, you gotta like it's impossible to say no, I don't look or I don't care or whatever,
Sure.
because I would say now less so. I check them less because prior to getting like Twitch partner or whatnot, you 100%, no matter what anyone says, like they do look quite a bit when they're getting towards the 75 viewer threshold, because there were times where you'll be streaming and you'll have like, I don't know, 90, 100 viewers or whatever, and other times you'll be like 60 or 70 and you're thinking, oof, like is that gonna allow me to reach the 75 or whatnot? Because before that I wouldn't even check, like I barely checked it before that. But when you do reach the numbers that are close to getting you a landmark like Twitch partner, then you start to like, okay, listen, if we can do this for a few more days, few more weeks, we'll get there. But yeah, stats are important. Economics, I mean, it hasn't contributed that much, I would say, to be honest. I think anything that I would have done would not have changed that much. It's more so with Twitch, everything you kind of learn as you go on, really. There's nothing that I would say a school education would help you with, bar
What about
maybe.
like marketing merch? Like merch, you're selling a T-shirt or whatever. You're selling a jersey. I remember, like
Yeah,
anything with that side of it.
yeah. No,
Costs of producing it, selling it, all that stuff.
yeah, but then even that, I don't think you would need like a degree level per se to know like if you're selling a shirt, you want to sell it for an amount that's more than what it costs you to produce. Do you feel me? Like
Of
obviously
course, yeah.
you do, maybe it kind of subconsciously affects you in terms of if you're streaming and you know sort of how much you want to be earning in a week or in a month or whatever. You know how to maybe ration your money better and not spend it like on crazy things. I suppose that might potentially be a benefit with like opportunity costs and not splashing it all on, I don't know, holidays or trainers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It has somewhat of an impact, but nothing too significant, I would say.
Fair enough. The other thing you talk about a lot is coaching. I don't know how actually passionate you are about it. Have you made any progress with that? Obviously, with like COVID going on, it's kind of hard to be out there. But how
Yeah,
passionate are you about actually being a coach? I remember you saying videos like, I want to be a Premier League coach. I'm like, damn, that's ambitious. Let's go, man. Let's get it.
No, today was actually my first day back. I haven't been for like 5 months or so. But they started like a week or two ago. But I was not there. So today was my first time. I enjoy it, man. It's a initially it wasn't even meant to be a serious thing. It was because it was the team that I used to play for, Sunday League team, when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, like, 10 years ago. My brother started playing for them about 4 years ago. And I would go to like just drop him off at training or whatever, or go pick him up or whatever. And then the main guy that was there, the manager was like, do you want to help out? I was like, yeah, sure. Don't mind if I do. I like playing football. Get me involved. And at this point, the kids were like, I don't know, 9, 10 years old. So you'd have to be a bit like, you don't perform at your max abilities when you're playing against like kids, because you don't want to like upset them, and you don't want obviously any injuries and whatnot. But now that they've grown up and some of them are like 6 foot and whatnot, I enjoy it even more, because now at training, when we do matches or whatever, you can fully play properly and no one's complaining saying, oh, you're not allowed to score, you're not allowed to do this. Like, you do what you got to do. And especially in matches itself, like when we're playing someone else, I just enjoy rattling other coaches and parents and stuff. That's like that is the
That's the internet troll in you that we all have. I have it too. I like rattling some people. That is
what
it's
I
fun.
enjoy so much. If I'm there, I'm the kind of person that like I would say things out loud when I'm coaching, as if I'm speaking to my team, but I'm speaking to the others. So I would say like, yo, like I'll be like, yo, trust me, that guy's so slow, he's going nowhere. Don't worry about him. Like, yo, this guy's
you'll say super loud, make sure he hears it.
Yeah. Like I'm standing right there on the line, and I'm saying, don't worry about this kid. Like, he's going nowhere. He doesn't want it. He's not brave enough. He's got nothing in his. He's got nothing.
Yo, that's
up his
a video
sleeve.
right there. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Write that down.
If you there has been so many like when people start scrapping and stuff, and the parents get involved. You'll see me running over. There's been so many stories about that happening, and I love to just get involved and get in their heads. And people's parents have been like kicked out and sent home and stuff, because like I kind of get in their heads, and it kind of translates into the team. There have been times where we've won a game or we scored a goal, and I'm on the pitch there celebrating like Jose Mourinho. I've got green kneecaps.
Did you bring back the iconic graduation celebration?
Oh, absolutely. I actually even have like, they're a bit blurry, but I have videos of me like we've run up to the opposition parent trying to shush, because
that's amazing.
In
Please upload that. What are you doing?
We have a lot of like parents that are very mouthy. They treat it like it's a Champions League final every game, and they're the kind of guys that I don't know how it works where you guys are, but here a lot of the times, if we can't find like a league referee, we just have somebody's parent or someone doing the referee and the linesman. So when you get people that are complaining 24/7 and moaning, you just feel like, right, I want to win this game, and let's just silence them. Like, I feel like I want to just run on the pitch and just score a screamer, but obviously I can't do that. So I have to channel that energy into these guys, and I tell them, look, if we score today, just know we are going crazy. We are going to be, even without me even asking, these guys when they did like when it first happened, the Mbappe crying thing, these guys ran over to their parents and started doing their crying Mbappe celebration, and I couldn't have been prouder. I could not have been prouder.
Listen, what I'm hearing right now is a great series idea. I'd watch this. Like, I don't know, find a way to record these. This sounds like a show, man. Like,
I probably should, because it's probably like, I would say once every 2-3 games we do this, where we just get under their skin. It's definitely very. I mean, there was one day I had and then I think one kid knew who I was. They knew like I streamed and whatnot. He didn't say anything at the time, but like later that Sunday when I was streaming, he came in the chat with all his boys that were there.
No,
saying like, "Oh, you guys are
trying to bully you."
Yeah, and I'm like, bro. First and foremost, like, you guys are like 13, 14. I'm not here to beef you. Second of all, like, next time, say this stuff when I'm there, innit? Like, don't just be silent.
Man's arguing on Twitch chat to a guy that's 10 years older than
Honestly, him. I could not believe it. I thought they were trolling, and I realized, because I saw like they said like people's names and what numbers they were, and I was like, okay, these guys are deadly serious. Like, they have managed to find my Twitch and are now commenting here. So whenever we play them again, yeah, trust me, I gotta keep my address somewhat safe now because people might be closing in on my
killers
location.
out there, man. 13-year-old killers.
Trust me, if I could find a way to record it, I definitely would do so. But obviously, for me to record it like and coach as well, it's kind of it's a lot goes
permissions,
into it.
Cameras, audio. Yeah, I've tried to record Sunday legally. It's tough, dude. Let me tell you, it's a lot of hassle. It's not as easy as it might appear.
Yeah, so all I have is just like a couple clips of my mom's phone that she just sometimes records, like unintentionally recording the gameplay, and then something funny happens. That's pretty much all I have from these.
You can make a compilation maybe one day. I'd watch it.
I could do. I might look into it actually. To be fair, I might do that.
I think the other thing. So you were thinking about doing a masters. How's that plan? Has that been halted?
That one is therefore a COVID-19 dilemma because I obviously doing a masters. I have to start in September, which is next month, and because of how inactive they are at replying to emails and stuff, I have like a couple offers, but the ones that I properly want are still taking ages to reply back, or they're asking for documents that I can't get because nobody's in their office, so I can't ask my old uni to print out this for me and that for me. So I don't know if I'm going to start again in October or if I have to wait longer. No one really knows what's happening here. I guess the same for you, to be fair. Our government is a bit of a shambles. Everything just goes.
Every government is. Don't worry. Every government right now is a shambles. I think Canada's like $1 trillion in debt right now because they're just giving away money. But we got problems here.
It's all not looking too fantastic. So we're looking like we might have a second wave over here as well. So I have no idea what's going to happen, honestly. So I'm going to just keep on doing this streaming stuff, wait for some replies, and then I guess at the end of the month, reevaluate and reassess the situation.
Right. I'm asking more personally because I'm supposed to start a master's in September, and it was supposed to be in Barcelona. And
Spain's not looking too hot.
Spain's, but the first semester is all online, so I'm thinking like I'll still start doing it if it if it's not worth my time, whatever. I've lost like $1,000 or $2,000. It's whatever it is, what it is. It's much worse than if I were to move there and then have to come back and all this other stuff. So, just to see what happens. But yeah, it looks like every place is like very uncertain. You're also a lot younger than me. I'm 27. So like for me, it's like, come on, man, I don't want to be living in Windsor, Ontario for another year. So for me, it was like, I got to get the hell out of here. This really screwed up my master
yeah, so I hear you. No, for me, I mean, previously I was living like an hour away or so, because obviously I live in London now, but I was in Essex for a while. And then I had a year abroad in like Netherlands and a couple months in Colombia as well. So now...
Colombia?
I was doing like internship stuff there before I came back home. So at the end of my uni stuff in Netherlands, I went there. And
how's
now...
your Spanish?
It depends. Are you gonna test me on that?
No. I don't want. I'll be a fraud too. My Spanish isn't great.
I can say it's okay. I would say like I was able to get by and communicate on my way to work without any troubles. That's
all you need. You don't need more than that.
I was okay. I watched a lot of Money Heist at the time as well. So
yeah, good show.
I was managing, but now it's like with the masters, I want to do it in London so that I can kind of save money on having to like travel to and from or get in my own place again, another apartment or whatever, because obviously it's expensive. And if I'm just here, it allows me to just still do my streaming, still do YouTube and whatnot, and then whilst I'm doing my masters on the other sides, I can balance the two and then obviously see what happens, because nobody knows what's going to happen with Twitch. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and I've been banned because, I don't know, I've played too much copyright music, or I've been banned because Tom Khalefi snitched or something. I don't know. I can get banned for anything. So I need to make sure I have like a solid backup plan.
I think it's a funny sentence. Live in London and save money. To like me, that to me that makes no sense. Obviously, if you've lived there, yeah. I've been to London. I'm like, ain't no one saving money here. This is not.
I'm saving money because I'm eating at my house with my parents. So all is well. I'm not out and about going to a restaurant or paying for public transport too much. Well, I would have to obviously pay for public transport to get to uni, but it's not like extortionate per se. Whereas living in Essex, I've got to kind of go to and from there every couple of weeks, or pay for food myself and all that kind of stuff. Whereas here, it's less of a strain on my resources to do so.
Did you do a lot of traveling in that year when you did it in the Netherlands? Do you travel around Europe, or are you a big travel guy?
No, well, I enjoy going on holidays. Like I would say I'm someone that, rather than spend like on crazy like restaurants and clothes and stuff, I do go on more holidays. But when I was in Netherlands, kind of I was with mostly like other foreigners too. So we were from like, Brazil, China, France, Germany, wherever, and we would kind of travel like in and around Netherlands. Really, we wouldn't go past like Netherlands, because it was definitely a lot of hard work. Like that uni,
Sure.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it was a lot of work. You barely have holidays in terms of like Easter break and all those kind of summer holidays and all whatnot. Like for Christmas, there were people that had exams on the 24th of December, and then you can go home. That's
Ruthless.
how. Yeah, and whereas in England, by like December the 5th, like you're done. You can go home and just chill with your family. So it was a lot of work rate. We didn't get too much time, but I enjoyed it still. I enjoyed it.
Cool. I think if I could give one word of advice, just get out there and go like a solo travel, get some hostels. I like go to Spain, Portugal. It's a game changer. It'll like
Yeah.
you'll realize like how like insignificant life is, and you're like, oh man, all these people are doing this guy. Like I just learned so many different things from people. Like, oh, this is how this person survives. Like there's this girl that works as like a Russian blogger, and she lives in Italy. I'm like, man, I didn't even realize this was a thing. Like I was like, what are these career paths?
Yeah, there are so many of these kind of scenarios. Yeah,
dudes are like surfing for a living. I'm like, what do you mean surfing? Like, he's like, yeah, I just go to the beach and like I record and I'm a surfer. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Nah, they find a way. It's the same way most people. You tell them like, what do you do? Oh, I play FIFA and people watch me and they pay to watch me. It's like, well, that sounds stupid. Like, why can't you just play yourself?
Right.
Until you're
they don't
in
get
that
it.
industry, you don't really know. So my guy could be surfing and making bank, but to us, because it's so
Foreign,
unusual
yeah.
for us. Yeah, it's like, how on earth do you manage to make a living from just getting out and surfing? But
sure. And some people need significantly less to survive. Like some people are perfectly happy with like, $1,000 a month, and
yeah,
they're just like living super cheap, and they have like no morning meetings and a cubicle to go to like I do. It's like, so who's really winning here,
Yeah, exactly that. And I'm sure he enjoys surfing more than you would enjoy me.
100%. 100%.
It is what it is.
Yeah, don't ever get a real job. That's another word of advice. Just keep doing this as long as you can. And
hey, I'm
whatever.
gonna try and stretch it out as long as possible, but I may have to pass on that one. There's been people in my chat over the whole summer, the last 2 months, saying like, if you dare leave us for a 9-to-5 office, and I'm like, yo, I don't really have much of a choice.
They're
if you
looking out for you, man.
Yeah, but if you want to slap a couple thousand subs every month, then by all means,
sure,
I can chill with you guys. But until that stage, I will have to obviously find a way to balance multiple avenues. So
yeah,
I'm trying.
But I think you're doing good with like when you say like, oh, I'm worried about Twitch shutting down or whatever. I think you're keeping a lot of options open. You're doing good on Twitter. You're doing good on YouTube. So as long as you have a place where you have an audience, which you have on multiple platforms, no matter what happens, people will find you. Like that's why you gotta just have a few different routes and make sure like if one goes down, you have like two other ships that are still floating. So it's like,
yeah, 100%. That is obviously always the intention, and especially
I think, yeah,
especially for my parents as well. Like when they initially knew I was streaming and whatnot, because for the first, I would say 6-7 months, they had no clue, because obviously I was living by myself. And if I'm saying like, yeah, like, hey guys, I'm in my last year of uni and here I am spending time streaming, they would be like, oh, like, what the hell are you doing?
right.
Like, turn that off. So I waited till I
Right.
graduated and got like my nice degree and nice overall scores and final year scores to be like, look, here's what I'm doing. Here's the grades that I still got by managing my time efficiently. So now you can't complain. Let me do this and then just.
And now here's the Twitch check. Here's the Twitch check. While I have a look at this.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm just there helping out every now and then with whatever bills and stuff it may be, then they're more likely to be like, okay, cool. This is actually something that people genuinely can make a lot of money. You can't
expect your parents to know what you want to do and to understand. You have to show them through effort and through like success. Okay, like look, mom, there's something here. Maybe you don't understand it, but like I hope that you're seeing that I'm progressing and whatever. The money's coming in, or like I'm getting more, whatever it may be. in the same boat, as YouTube. Like, why the hell are you wasting YouTube? You have a fucking engineering degree. And I was like, man, just like hold off, just give it I'm doing
Yeah.
both, and but like let me do my thing. And then when
Just like bear with me, let the
bear
numbers
with
go
me,
up a little
we're
bit, and then we'll see what we're
turbulence right
seeing.
now, just stay on the plane, it's gonna be fine. And then like a video did really well, and like I don't know, my dad gets like 100,000 views for like a prank video, and he's just like super excited. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, there's something here. Let me give me time. It's
Oh
gonna get
no, for
better.
sure. I mean, now the amount of times I've gone downstairs and just seen my dad sitting there like watching my videos. That
Pack
literally,
opening.
no, there was a time where like they were both quizzing, both my parents were quizzing me on the lyrics behind the Kurt video, and I had to explain like line by line what was happening and why people were getting sent
Yeah.
fast.
Dude,
It
I
was a
still every
long
morning I
story.
say "lost in the sauce" coriander. I still like once in a while. I'm in my car. I'm just listening to some random music, and then for some reason I'll drop that line.
Yeah, no, I don't. To be fair, even on Spotify, it still gets like a lot of views, like month or views,
That's
streams or
crazy.
plays or whatever monthly, and it was just meant to be like a
Yeah, it's
banter
a
tune
banger.
or whatnot. It wasn't meant to be
It's a
like
banger, man. Come on,
it
don't
wasn't.
undersell it, baby.
No, but it's like the videos, right? It's like if you've never done it before and you have
Sure.
no idea how people react to it, you ain't got a clue. Like I posted that, I didn't tell anybody that was even coming out. I posted one picture of like me on the phone, and it had like a phone and like an alien emoji. That's all I said, and people spammed the notifications of like, oh, OMG Kurt, OMG Kurt collab or whatever. I didn't say a word about it being an entire like song and video. Then when it came out, it went crazy, and I got very fortunate, which is one of the big things you got to do on YouTube, which
Of course.
is because the day I posted it was like a couple hours after he got banned from everywhere. So
Wow.
remember, he was in all those like newspaper
Of course.
articles and whatnot. So when I posted my video now, people were also like writing more articles saying that there was some specific quotes. What was the word? Pro FIFA esports player Kingamenyah does collab. And they were saying like Kurt was under the mask, saying like everyone must
Oh
die
my
and stuff.
god.
And I was thinking, whoa,
It's like, guys, Kurt's white. I mean, I don't know how stupid you have to
exactly.
be, but like, come on, do like 2 minutes of
It's a
research for fuck's
lack of
sakes.
research, and people were saying like this is why he got banned and stuff. And I'm thinking like, do you guys understand the concept of time? This
Oh
guy
my
got
god.
banned, and then like the very same day I've posted it. How do you think that I could have just anticipated him getting banned prior to it even happening? It's just not. It wasn't feasible, but yeah, it definitely led to a lot of views on that one. So in the end, like from a personal perspective, obviously I benefited from it, but we obviously also need Mr. Kurt 0411 back streaming FIFA 21, hopefully. So
100%.
we shall see.
I want to spend a little time talking. Because you don't really talk about it too much in your videos. Your background, Ghana, Moldova. I want to know how the hell,
Yes, sir.
what the hell happened there a little bit. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. In as short a time as possible, I would say the general story is it was USSR then, right? It was Russia, if you will, or whatever. They had like these scholarships for like African students, so like people that were like at the top of their classes and whatnot to go to uni. They had scholarships to like bring them over. So my dad, along with a few of us from Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, mostly West African countries, a few Jamaicans as well, they went over to Moldova to do their like uni degree. And then that's just where my dad met my mom. And then a few
How did
years
you get to
later,
London? Yeah, how did we get to
so
London?
whilst my dad was there, obviously, like once they had finished, he was doing a bit of like he went to like a couple countries, just traveling and trying to do some work and whatnot. And then I'm not sure the exact reason, but he just sort of was like, yeah, let's just do London. Like there's more opportunities there, because for most people listening have no idea about the state of Moldova, but it is not a very affluent country. It's kind of the opposite to Ghana in terms of like whilst Ghana is growing year by year and booming and whatnot, Moldova is kind of still like suffering from the after effects of the USSR breaking up, if you will. So it was like, all right, let's just go to London, see what happens. So they both came here. Then I arrived, and all was Gucci from then on. Been here for the last, well, they've been here for like what 25, 26 years now, isn't it? So
That's so wild. Life's so crazy that that can happen like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Just it
definitely
seems such a
a crazy
random
mix.
thing, you know?
No, it is. It is. Anytime somebody enters my stream and maybe they go and read my little description thing and they start asking like so you understand Russian or whatever, and they think I'm just like lying or whatever. Like, no, I literally, if I go there, no one's speaking English in Moldova. So,
They speak Russian in Moldova?
yeah, we speak Russian, Romanian. Um, they have their own Moldovan language as well, but it's mostly Russian and Romanian they speak there. Because I think Romania borders it with Ukraine as well. So I got to speak Russian. I got to understand Russian. When I go to Ghana, everyone's just speaking English. So there's less of a reason to learn any of the Ghanaian languages for me. That's kind of why I don't know any of it, nor understand any of it.
Right. I want to see some Moldova themed merch. That'd be hype. I want to see some repping some Moldova merch. That'd be.
Listen, I've always said one thing about Moldova, like I want to, and I still feel like, as banterous as it sounds, I still feel like I'm good enough to play for their national team. You know, I'm being deadly serious.
No way.
Anytime I go there, I'm asking my grandparents, like, yo, like, can you just like get me
Hook
in,
me up.
like just get me involved somehow, because like I watch them and it's like
I gotta look up their stats.
I know I can exaggerate and whatnot, but like I'm a sensible person. When it comes to Ghana, I would have loved to play for them, but there is no way on earth I can get anywhere near even their under-23 team. Like Ghana is so far clear.
So much talent
too. But Moldova, anytime I watch them, I'm thinking like, listen, how cool would it be from their own marketing perspective to say, hey, we have this mixed race guy up front who's very, very fast.
You're like, thinking about the marketing. These guys are trying to win cups. You're like, bro, the marketing, I'm sick.
No. Listen, imagine the pictures, in the Euros qualifying, just me shaking hands with him. Well, not shaking hands because COVID-19, but assuming it's gone by then, me next to Mbappe, next to these men in the Euro qualifiers, just standing there. That's what I'm there for.
I'm down. I'll vote for you. I don't know what, I mean, my opinion means nothing, but I'm in. Let's go. Let's do it.
Listen, we'll go outside the HQ one time and be like, yo, get me a trial or whatever it is. I won't be living here, but whenever we have like a little friendly or something, I'll fly over.
I think I was just looking at their stats. They lost 2-1 to France. They lost 2-1 to Iceland and 1-0 to Sweden. These aren't like bad numbers against big.
No. They are of the like San Marino, Liechtenstein
levels.
They
just
when they're in like Euro qualifiers, they're like bottom 2 of the group every year without fail. They got packed in 5-0 by England, 4-0 by England. I've watched on TV alone. The games where they lose like 2-1 or 3-1, they're either friendlies or like the other team just puts out a proper rubbish squad because it's like, we can just do the bare minimum here and slap these guys up. So, I mean, if you to put it towards FIFA terms, probably most guys can name like 1 or 2 players that play for Moldova. Like they literally don't have any known players. There's that Ep2.
I don't know a single one of these guys. I'll be honest.
They
looking at these names.
They have Ep2, who's like their captain, and he got a tots last year. I don't know what Turkish team. I think it was like Basak here, one of those Turkish teams that he used to play for. And then there's I think it's like Ionita or something like that. He's in Serie A. I forgot what team he plays for. And that's it. They have no one else.
I'm telling. We put you on this team. I honestly think you're the biggest name.
I'm telling you. I need to get
you're the biggest name of the club.
I need to get somebody who has like a lot of clout to be like, yo, guys,
for sure,
get him involved.
Give me trials.
Yeah,
just give me to the trials.
Just give me the trials.
See what happens.
Watch me put on the burners, and then we can talk. Because I don't want to exaggerate, but when I was watching them, I was thinking like, yo, you're kind of struggling with your first touch there, lads. Like, do you know what I mean?
This is basic stuff, bro. What the?
Yeah. So it's like, listen, get me involved. You never know what could happen. It might rejuvenate the country a little bit, but until that point,
the country, man. It's like you're
I'm gonna pioneer the putting on the map of Moldova. You don't worry about that. It's not too late. A couple more years.
It's never too late. You're still young, yeah, bro. I believe.
We'll see. I'll be there a couple years. Don't worry about that.
Any videos you wish you could make, but I don't know, let's say you don't have the budget, or maybe like need a bigger crew, or need like, I don't know, other things that you don't have?
Well, one of the ones like you were speaking about before was I like doing the IRL football videos, but they're very, very difficult for me to do in my current state, because when you watch like the main guys that do huge football videos like Chris MD and those guys, they have like proper cameras and
Yep.
like
Cameraman.
tripods and
Yep.
you know, GoPros and everything like that. For me, it's just like the last video that I did was I used like my iPhone for one angle, one of my older iPhones for another angle, and then I can like whoever I'm playing with, their phone is like the third camera. That's it. And as long as we have battery, the video can go on. So we don't really have anything crazy like that. So I would say IRL football videos. I would like to do more of those. Other than that, no. Most of the stuff that I want to do is within budget. So I don't really think about videos that I can't do, if that makes sense. Like if it's out of my range, I just kind of like scrap it. I don't really think of anything that's too
I just
expensive.
write it down, and if I ever can come back to it one day, it'll be there.
Yeah.
But like,
I've
my
got a
biggest
note
fear is
app.
losing ideas. That's like ideas are such a weird blessing. They just come out of nowhere, and then I'm like, I need to wake up. I don't care if it's the middle of the night. I'm gonna write this down. I don't care if it gets 30 views on YouTube. Like, it might be my best idea yet. It might be my worst, but like at least I'll have it somewhere, and I can come back to it. And maybe one day, what happens usually is like I'll get an idea, but like, yeah, there's something missing. And then like over the month, I'll maybe get a few different like strokes of genius or whatever it may be, and I'm like, okay, now we have a video. Now we have something here, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm the same. To be honest with you, most of my stuff that I post, I already know about it like months in advance. Like I've wrote a lot of ideas down on my notes app. Sometimes videos pop up out of nowhere because, let's say, for example, the pro events are happening, and then they had the whole rock paper scissors catastrophe or whatever. So when that happened, I was like, okay, cool. I can do a video on this like straight away. So within like 3 or 4 days, I had a video up. Other videos, they're in my notes app, and they're like, right, when the time is right, I'll post this. And like we said before, YouTube is a very difficult sort of platform to grow on because you have to also think about timing. There are some videos that I could post right now that wouldn't do as good as if I posted them, let's say, in October when 21 is out. So I have a lot of ideas, but I'm not going to post them right now because I would rather maximize their viewing potential when the hype is back. Because let's be like, no one cares about FIFA anymore, or FIFA related content like that anymore. So I'm gonna wait. I might even record a couple in the coming weeks, and then go from there. So,
is there any other games you play or any other some big hobbies?
No, honestly, when it comes to gaming, since I got to uni, I barely play games anymore. Like if I'm not even playing FIFA, I just don't really play PlayStation. I used to spam on PS2 and PS3 so many different games, fighting games, racing games, football games, whatever, like adventure games. Now it's literally I play FIFA, I get off stream, I go do something else. I think FIFA drains me too much to the point where I don't enjoy looking at my controller anymore.
It becomes it's not like a job, but at the end of the day, you know, this is why you say you probably like don't like watching FIFA content. Like I don't watch FIFA content, like very rare. I'll watch maybe like a funny like I don't know, I'll watch like a JCC Pro Clubs video because that's not even, I don't even consider that FIFA. I consider that it's like just like the boys having like a fun chat. Like it's not really FIFA. But I can't watch FIFA content. You can't pay me to watch FIFA content.
No, when I create it or when I'm playing champs, I refer to it more so as homework. On a Friday to Sunday, I've got to do my homework, which is play during the year, play 30 games of champs, get it done, and then the homework is finished for the week, and then I can just go and do rivals and whatnot. And to be honest with you, most people that don't even stream will feel the same way because most guys that play foot champs, they don't, wake up at Friday 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. when foot champs opens up to just play all their games. Most guys will play a little bit on Friday, do a little bit more Saturday, and then Sunday night before the deadline, people will go and spam their remaining games and get their homework done. I don't do this because I have a burning passion for foot champs. It's just that it's content, 10 hours worth of content, plus the rewards that come with it that can help with menu content as well. So the
game is a manufactured grind, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're an actual like random person playing FIFA. It's I don't know if anyone would be playing FIFA if they didn't, it's a lot of these streamers. I feel like, I don't know, Inception seems like a guy, like, he's always on the edge of quitting everything. And, like, man's like, a minute away from a breakdown. Like, he turns off the camera, I feel, and he goes, like, to his room and starts smashing light bulbs and shit.
That's crazy with a hammer as well, once that gameplay is done.
Krasi's on the beach like 2 minutes after
Yeah.
Foot Champ's done. And he's posting a selfie with like a sangria. He's like,
No, but
I
he's
can't.
got a good balance, to be fair. Nowadays, what he does is he spends the whole weekend with his family and then has an alarm for Monday 2 a.m. to play 30 games in a row and then go back to bed.
Jesus Christ. Pure
And, like,
dedication. Savage.
As crazy as it is, it kind of makes sense. Like, I'm not going to let this game ruin my weekend. I'll be with my family, with my kids and whatnot, and then wake up on a Monday when gameplay is like smooth, everyone's sleeping, people are rage quitting, and get it done as efficient as possible. Again, his way of doing homework is leaving to the last minute.
It's so, I mean, it's one way it's kind of cool how he's adapted and like he's been doing this for so long. He's like a vet. But
Yeah.
another way, it's like, this is so depressing. Like, why is this game not, why is this game like this? Why can't this game just be good? Why do we have to set a 2 a.m. alarm clock to play this shit? You
No,
know?
it's crazy, honestly. I can't even, if I want to hop on like right now, for example, there's no chance you would catch me playing FIFA, Foot Champs in particular, at 3 or 4 p.m. on a weekend, because the ping would be outrageous. The delay
Death
would
sentence.
be horrific.
It's a death sentence. There's no way.
Literally, before I stream Foot Champs, I go downstairs, I tell my parents, like, yo, I'm about to like play FIFA, so if you don't mind like turning off your Wi-Fi, please, like use 4G. And like,
Right.
how can the game be that bad that I've got to go and tell my parents, like, whatever you're doing, stop doing it because I need to stream now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that can't be sensible. And no other game that I would play, whenever I do play other games, no other game is like that, where I've got to tell people like, yo,
None.
cool off on the Wi-Fi a little bit, try and play some offline games or a bit of 4G.
You can
instead.
DM that chick later, man. DM her later. Like, this isn't the time. I got champs to play, man. Get off
Honestly,
of Instagram. Stop
honestly.
liking.
It's a
All right, man.
shambles.
We've actually, believe it or not, hit an hour. Thanks so much for coming by.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I agree. Tell people like where they can find you, what you promote something. I don't know. I feel like this is the time to shine.
Well, I guess the main place to find me is twitch.tv/Kingsmenyah. You can just search that name on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find me there somewhere. I don't have a proper URL yet there, to be honest with you. I've got it set up soonish, but yeah, find me on Twitch.
Embarrassing. Are you even a professional? What do you mean you don't have...
I'll set it up soon, I promise. You can find me on Spotify as well if you type in my name.
Yes,
you
can.
Go. You can find me on Spotify.
Yeah. That's
Twitter.
A flex right there. If you're not dropping that in your Tinder pickups, I don't know what you're doing.
Anywhere you want to find me, yeah, just type in that name. You can Google me if you like. Ask the roads about me. You'll find me there.
All right, man. Beautiful. Thanks for coming by.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me. It was good.